Hello there.
Hello. What was that?
We are back for Game Week 3 review of the Premier League. We're going to talk about it. That was really poor.
Yes, I don't even know why I tried that. Okay, what we're going to do is not accents because
No,
I am
no.
so piss poor at them, as
Let's-
you saw.
let's just get right into
talk
it.
about the important things.
Starting with Newcastle versus Liverpool, which was the game of the weekend.
And
I was shocked with that
Listen,
result.
that game as a whole delivered in
was mad.
entertainment
Listen,
because
I predicted a 1-1 and I was this close from getting it right. But for Missy not missing. He came on off the bench, scores a brace, gets the win for Liverpool, who were 10 men down, which I think we should talk about that Van Dijk red card.
definitely, I predicted 2-2.
So
So
you
I was
also were
like,
close.
come on, Newcastle, you can do this. But listen,
Liverpool, crazy.
Nunez, props to that guy,
And
seriously.
his
Like,
goals were class.
I think he's going to have a really good
also
season. But
think
let's
so.
chat about Van Dijk, that
Yes.
red card that was very early on in the game.
I looked at it first and I was like, how could this be a red card? It's a bit
Initially,
harsh.
it was like,
But if you do look at it, he does clip the player before getting the ball. And
Yeah.
because it is the last man and he is through on goal, yes, we don't know if Isak was going to
Would've-
actually
yeah, exactly.
get a good first touch because the ball was taken off him after. He is the last man, so by the law of the game, he has to be
but
sent
it
off.
was so, it seems
But it
so
is quite harsh.
rough. Like, seriously.
I'm still kind of leaning towards a yellow.
But honestly, props to Liverpool for getting the win.
For
Because
still winning that game at St. James Park. That's
I thought
impressive.
Newcastle they weren't gonna bottle it, you know. I
Especially
really thought it was gonna
after-
go their way.
Yeah, good game, good win for Liverpool. Let's move on to Chelsea, who started the weekend off against Luton.
And they won, guys. This was their first Premier League win.
First win, 3-0. Sterling was on
Sterling.
another level. He was looking like
I was
it's one
very
of the
impressed with
best
him.
performances I've seen from him in
In
a
a Chelsea shirt, yes.
Very good performance.
100%. Because last season it was very touch and go. I
Yeah.
know it was a tough season for the team across the board, but that performance alone, I was like, this guy's
He
back.
seems like he's not scared anymore. Last
Yeah.
year, he wasn't taking on players the way he was now. Like, he was just looking like
was
his
very
best
impressive.
self. So, really good performance from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Jackson, thank you for scoring. He's in my FPL.
FPL. I was like,
Thank
maybe
you.
I should put Sterling in my FPL, guys, because he just seems like he's on the right path, you know. But
Yeah,
I'll
but
give it a few
good
games.
win for Chelsea, finally.
Yeah.
We move on to Saturday's games. Bournemouth took on Spurs and Spurs got yet another victory. 2-0. Postecoglou is becoming a fan favourite.
He's doing the things. Like, I was pretty impressed with their performance. I was very impressed with James Madison. I feel like he's
Yeah.
really slotted into that team. Like, he's
Like he
meant
belongs
to be there.
I don't know if you saw it's Robbie Williams, right? The singer.
The singer.
Yeah,
The
because they did a song for Ange Postecoglou with his song, right?
Which one?
Do it all.
offer me
Yeah.
protection.
So now
That
he
one.
sang, he did a cover, he posted it I think yesterday, of the Spurs version. So he sang his
I
own
have not
song.
seen this. I have to see that. That's
he
so
sang
cool.
his own song in that version about the new manager.
People really like him. Even like the press. Like, he's very
He is likeable
charismatic,
and he's-
very likable. He makes jokes.
He says it as it is,
Yes.
which I really like. So
100%.
I think he's perfect fit for Spurs.
I mean, they're looking really
They're
good.
really looking good. Next game,
Let's talk about Arsenal and Fulham.
what a crazy,
Because
unexpected result.
Arsenal bottled their 2-1 lead.
I was shocked.
I was shocked too. I honestly thought, I was like, Arsenal have this 100%.
But
like,
in comes Palinga. I rate him so high. I wanted him at United. I've said this before. And he's just proven to be such a
Yeah.
good player for Fulham. I don't actually see him staying there for very long. I
so
think
our team's gonna be like,
he's going to
you're coming with
snatch him
us.
up soon.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a great result for Fulham, getting a draw away at the Emirates. I'm sure they didn't even expect that.
No way. So here's a perfect game that we were absolutely way off with our predictions. Brentford versus Crystal Palace. 1-1.
1-1 was the result. The week I brought Mbeumo in after he had been dominating FPL.
Then he doesn't do
He does nothing
anything.
for me. But anyways, a good result, I suppose, for Palace.
Yeah.
Away from home at Brentford, I didn't think that they would score. I thought it would be 2-0.
No way.
I think you predicted 2-1.
I
if
definitely
can
thought that
remember.
Brentford were going to take the win.
But
so
I also did. But you know what?
Anyway.
A draw turns out to be a decent result. So this was the only scoreline of the weekend that I predicted correctly. I said that Wolves would be winning 1-0 away from home against Everton.
Yeah.
Now, Everton had some chances. There was one chance where Jose Sarr made a great save. It should have been put away. But Everton rock
are
bottom.
not looking good.
3 games,
you
3
guys.
losses. They should be winning this game at home against Wolves.
I thought they were going to draw, actually.
Yeah,
but
they shouldn't be dropping all 3 points.
No.
So that's really not good for them. They've got tougher fixtures fixtures coming up,
Yeah.
and if they continue the way they are, relegation is calling.
And defensively, lots of work to do.
But you know what?
So,
A good result for Wolves. They were
Yeah.
kind of hard done by against United, and for them to have gotten the 3 points away from home is
Yeah.
really good. So good job, Wolves.
let's talk about Man United versus Forest, guys. How the heck were Forest 2 goals up in the first 4 minutes? I predicted a clean sheet for Man United.
You said
And
2-0.
What did you say?
I said 3-1.
You said 3-1.
I was close.
Okay.
Score was 3-2, so I was very close with my prediction.
But I was shocked.
I didn't think they would score 2 so early. What's crazy is even Arsenal conceded in the first minute. So if you missed the first 5 minutes
Of either game.
the kickoff, the afternoon kickoff, you would come in and see the score. United 2-0 down at home to Forest. Arsenal are losing to
Make
Fulham.
it make sense.
What is happening? So that was crazy. My heart was absolutely destroyed.
He was
with
very upset.
pain and frustration. I had no words. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like
It's ridiculous,
one goal.
though.
I was just barely recovering from the first goal, and then we concede a second.
Bam.
We've been struggling to score. How are we going to come back in this game when things are just not looking good? But thankfully, Bruno came up with a magnificent performance.
Thankfully, Old
Captain-
Trafford is a fortress still.
It
There's
is,
just
and-
something about that place that, how the hell did you guys come back to win that? Like, seriously.
What we did, we outplayed them. After the first 10 minutes, I'd say Forest, obviously, the
You
thing-
guys were very shaky in the
After
beginning.
that, United had a decent game. There were obviously some poor performances.
Yeah.
Onana didn't have his best game. Dallo was annoyingly frustrating in that game.
Yo.
I don't know if he works down the left. We need to potentially find a replacement. I see Marcus Alonso as a potential loan signing from Barca. Also Cucurella from
You guys have to make
Chelsea.
signings like
We do
ASAP,
ASAP,
Rocky.
so last week. But I'm just happy for the win. I'm
Yeah.
happy that the midfield trio got the goals. They were getting a lot of slack over the first two
And they
game
were your
weeks,
saviors,
and they were the
essentially.
saviors. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for them that they got the 3 points.
Yo, so I'm sure Forest fans were so disappointed. They were
course.
like, you know what?
So-
We're going to be that team to beat United at Old Trafford. But when you score early, anything can happen.
Yeah.
We have got to talk about Brighton versus West Ham, okay? Because both of us expected Brighton to win.
Again, I brought in Brighton players into my FPL.
I think I have 3 Brighton
You have
players.
3.
And what did they do? They gave me 1 point for what? Starting. I don't understand. I
Yeah.
was very shocked
3-0.
that West Ham beat them. Listen,
And you know what
props
is-
to
you know
West
what is
Ham.
crazy? The amount of passes in that game between the two teams. Brighton demolished
Yes.
West Ham in possession, in passes, in chances, and out of nowhere on the counter, West
That's what I
Ham
was
were
gonna
just
say.
too
They were
dangerous.
Playing on the counter.
And their goals were class. Bowen, for me, had a
That guy
phenomenal.
has to be in your FPL. He's not even in mine.
Yo,
he was.
He really played so well. His touch was class. His goal was really good.
James Ward-Prowse got his first goal.
Yeah, first goal.
So,
So great start
looking
for
good.
his West Ham career. West Ham cannot be underestimated. We have Kudus that just signed for them.
Yeah.
I say we are not. I'm not
We're
West
not
Ham.
West Ham fans, but we just to point out.
But Kudus is a great player. I was actually so impressed with him at the World Cup, and already his last Ajax game, he scored a hat-trick, and now
What a signing
they've
for
got
them,
a
actually.
great gem within their
We
squad.
should be afraid of them. They are actually going to be like the dark horse. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of them.
Neither did I. I
to be
thought they would
honest.
disappoint. I don't think I even predicted them to finish in the top half of the table.
No, neither did I. I don't think so.
They're proving everybody wrong early on, but time will tell whether they can maintain this.
So this is the only scoreline that I predicted correctly. Aston Villa beat Burnley 3-1.
That was a really good away result. Good
Yes.
performance from Villa. Another team that I think the first week when they lost to Newcastle wasn't a true reflection
No.
of them, because now they're showing their quality. They also have so many players. In that game, something we want to highlight was Lau Foster.
Yes!
Getting a goal, class finish, great goal, putting South Africa on the map. It's been a long time since we've seen that. So congrats to Foster for that goal. That was really
It
awesome.
was very cool for him.
Overall, another good 3 points for Villa. And yeah, I think they're going to be, like you said, a dangerous team. Can take some
Definitely.
points of some big teams this season.
And last but definitely not least, let us talk about Sheffield versus Man City, please. Because how is it that we dominated? We had almost 80% possession, guys, and we only managed 2 goals.
Yeah,
and
29 shots, I think.
yeah, something ridiculous like
29
that.
shots.
And we were
Haaland
1-1.
Missed a penalty. He could have gotten a hat-trick. I
Yeah,
thought
he
he would
could
have
have.
scored a hat-trick. He could have
100%.
scored 4 goals, actually.
There were actually so many chances, but listen, also props to the Sheffield goalkeeper because there were a lot of shots he actually stopped.
Yeah.
So you know what, we got to give credit where credit is due. But I'm kind of getting the sense that the team is still settling in. Listen, we've won our first 3 games.
Maybe
I'm
because
not
the manager
complaining.
was off
But we
for the
can
day.
puppy Pep. Like, he's there in their hearts. You know what I'm saying?
I know you were telling me you want to see Foden starting, worthy of a start.
He is worthy of a start because he's been so influential. He's been proving how influential he is. So why is the guy not getting a start? Do you know what I'm saying?
I do think they started Alvarez because he got the winner against Newcastle.
Yes, I understand that. And Bernardo was back.
So I think it was like, let's get him back into match fitness. They thought maybe this would be an easier game, where maybe
Which
you
it
don't
clearly
need to
was not.
start Foden. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was hoping to see Doku come on.
I was also
and make his debut. But I suppose it was a tough game in the end. But you
can't
got the 3
believe
points.
how
That's all that
tough it
matters.
was. No disrespect to Sheffield, but when you
It was more frustrating than tough. It was frustrating because you couldn't score. It wasn't actually tough. You guys
clinical
dominated.
at all. Literally,
Yeah.
we had the ball. We were like, bah, 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 bah. Sheffield players were doing this. But where was it going? Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, but
So,
you got the points, top of the table.
Rodri
Only team in the Prem
always
so
saves
far
the day.
to have won all 3 of their games.
I'm
Boring.
very happy about that.
Boring.
Let's
Boring.
see how long we stay up there because, things are always unpredictable with football.
But
so-
anyway, stay tuned for our predictions for game week 4. There's a massive game, Arsenal versus Man United. So we're going to talk about that
That
shortly.
is going to be so hectic.
If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts on game week 3
Yeah.
in the comments. Let's discuss some talking points. Thank you for sticking around.